What's going on, everybody? Holy shit, I wasn't prepared. I have to get my notes ready and stuff, but good thing we always play an intro song before I get started. What's going on, guys? Hope everyone is well tonight. So, tonight's topic of the live stream is going to be warrior fitness, warrior combat conditioning, and combat readiness. And this is really an important topic. So, I really want you guys to kind of get ready to take notes. Right, because I'm going to make some notes so you guys can take some notes, and it's going to be a really good live stream because this is something that's really near and dear to my heart. As you guys know, I lost over 120 pounds when I was around 26, 27 years old, and for the most part, I've managed to keep it off. So this is something I have a lot of experience with, a lot of practical experience, and I intend to share much of it with you guys tonight. So I'm going to play a quick intro song, get my notes together, and then we'll come back and we'll really get into it. I hope you guys are ready. Stand by.
If I leave the gym without my muscles shaking like a vibrating bass drum, I'm violating. If I ain't aching and sore, the next day I feel cheated. Like a fiend in my workout, I need it. My regimen is goal-based, very strategic. Building up my temple like the pharaohs in Egypt. A wise king gotta take care of his kingdom. I live for the burn, want it hotter than Bikram. That burn is my bliss when I'm stressed and I'm tense. When I'm locked in my zone, nothing else don't exist. Quitters never win, or winner never quits. The burn is just weakness, transform the strength. When times get hard, I go harder, think smarter. Bruce Lee said, be like water. Tough times make us tougher. My mama ain't raised no sucker. I ain't scared of no struggle. I love to let it burn. Push it out, burn. Make it count, burn. Get it in, burn. Discipline, burn. Squeeze it out, burn. Breathe it out, feel that burn. You only get what you earn, let it burn. Push it out, burn. Make it count, burn. Get it in, burn. Discipline, burn. Breathe it out, burn. Squeeze it out, feel that burn. You only get what you earn, let it burn. Hard to see one and walk past it. Get high off the pain, it's the lactic acid. It's what comes with the supersets. Pull-ups with a muscle up, dips and some push-ups. Homes I'm building muscle up. Squeeze on the come up, release on the down. Beat the weapon my body like a gun without a sound. Supercut, no hydroxy cut. All ephedrine is my discipline that helps me stay true to my regimen. Push it all the way to the max. Tearing the fibers, let it burn. When I can't curl, arms is on fire. I'm a rider, know it's warrior time. So I'm preparing. Gladiator, my muscles is the armor that I'm wearing. Let it burn like coal in a train. If you the engine, you stress that's food for the brain. When I be benching, sometimes make it tougher. My mama ain't raised no sucker. I ain't scared of no struggle. I love to let it burn. Push it out, burn. Make it count, burn. Get it in, burn. Discipline, burn. Squeeze it out, burn. Breathe it out, feel that burn. You only get what you earn, let it burn. Push it out, burn. Make it count, burn. Get it in, burn. Discipline, burn. Breathe it out, burn. Squeeze it out, feel that burn. You only get what you earn, let it burn. No pain, no gain, that's the mantra. I'm in the lab chiseling, creating a monster. Lot of sweat, lot of heart, whole lot of discipline. Lot of hours going in, lot of conditioning. Second wind kicking in, that's when it count most. Sweat pouring out, leaving the mat on the ground. So the last few reps in the set, that's when it start to burn. Pound so heavy, it's hard to keep you warm. Gotta learn how to take the mind to another plane. Higher than the pain, since the reason the brain is mine. Over matter, no struggle, no hustle, no quitting, no giving up. Tough it out, suck it up. We come from lineages that build pyramids. Some won't lean physiques and train to get big, but it's that burn that separate the boys from the men. You want them abs like boy, you got to get them crunches in and let it burn. Push it out, burn. Make it count, burn. Get it in, burn. Discipline, burn. Squeeze it out, burn. Breathe it out, feel that burn. You only get what you earn, let it burn. Push it out, burn. Make it count, burn. Get it in, burn. Discipline, burn. Breathe it out, burn. Squeeze it out, feel that burn. You only get what you earn, let it burn. Let it burn.
Motherfucking flower.
A true warrior heart, don't pump no fear. If you study the arts, then you know what it is. It's the way that we walk, it's the way that we live. We come and go in peace, but we stay ready to kill.
Oh,
Your heart, don't pump no fear. If you study
ladies
the arts,
and
you know
gentlemen,
what it is. It's the way that we walk.
I don't know if you
It's the
guys
way
heard
that we
that,
live. We come and go in peace, but we
but
stay ready.
just as I was coming on here, grabbing my salad, it had some chicken breast in it and some freaking beans and some freaking nice things. And I spilt it all over the floor back there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's all over the place. So after the stream, I'll make sure to clean it up, so the scorpions and the freaking whatever's else is out here in the desert doesn't get it. But that was disappointing. So now I've just got my chicken breast from Whole Foods and some sorry ass salad, but I'll have to make do. I didn't realize before I came on that this is my feeding time. I eat 6 times a day. But we'll get into all of that, guys. Welcome on the freaking stream. Good to see you all. Guardius, what's up, man? Apocalypse, what's up, dude? Jaybird, what's up, girl? Dick Richards, what's up, man? He said, Dick Richards says, yeah, we are at war and need to act accordingly. A fit body is your best weapon. 100%, man. 100%. Well said, and we're going to be getting into exactly that. How to stay fit, how to get fit, most importantly, if you're not already, and how to stay fit, all right? These are very important things for a warrior to know. Very important things for a warrior to keep at, you know. I was just at Operation Winter Forge, which is a winter warfare training school. And it was a weekend. I think you guys know. I think I've done a little bit of talking about it, but me and DJ were there for the weekend. And actually there we talked a bit about diet, actually a lot about diet, because in the winter, especially winter warfare, nutrition becomes really, really essential. Let me put this down so you guys can see my hands, because I talk a lot with my hands. You know, I'm from Jersey and New York originally, so I talk with my hands a lot, like an Italian, even though I'm not actually Italian. I'm just an honorary Italian. So listen, this is what we're going to be talking about. Diet, nutrition is going to be part of it, a big part of it. So let me look at my notes here. And guys, forgive me, okay? I'm going to be snacking a little bit while we do this. I'm going to keep it to a minimum because I'm talking, but I at least need to get something down my freaking neck here so that my metabolism stays fired up. So hold on. All right. Here we go. Richie the Wolf, welcome in, bro. You're too dang skinny. No matter how I eat, you really need bigger arms. And I'll tell you how you can get those, man. Just got to bear with me while I freaking eat. And I wish I had that problem. I actually have the other problem, man. Because I was fucking huge at one point. And I'm not talking huge like stacked. I'm talking fat. When I was a kid, I was fucking fat. I got fat at around 12, 13 years old. And I didn't give a fuck. And I just kept getting fatter for a long time. Until 25, something like that. I got sick of it. I got really, really fucking sick of it. And I decided this is not how I want to live no more. And I went all out, man. And by the time I was 27, 28 about, I was lean as fuck. So I knew a thing or two about how to do this. In Brooklyn, they say, I'll forget about it. You forget about it, man. Don't worry about it. That's how we roll. East Coast. So yeah. No, it's definitely possible. You're right. You're right, Jen. It's definitely possible for him to put on muscle. We're going to show him how. We're going to show him exactly how. It is Friday in the U.S. It is still Friday in the U.S. We have on the East Coast approximately a half hour, 40 minutes until it's Saturday. On the West Coast, we have what? Approximately. I don't even know. I'm in so many different time zones all the time. Whatever. You guys get the point. Light weights every day. There's a time and a place. Cardius knows something to do about this too. So let's get started over here. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, just to remind you guys, I'm going to be talking. Okay. If anybody has a question that really they want answered right away, the super chat is available. Make a donation to the channel, and I'll interrupt whatever the hell it is I'm saying and answer your question. Donations are always accepted, always appreciated, but never demanded. And GutterFightingSecrets.com is the website. Okay. Something we're going to be talking about extensively tonight, ties in very well, is combat readiness. The product that you can get at GutterFightingSecrets.com is warrior weight loss. All right. So just upfront, I'm going to be upfront about this. This is something I'm going to be talking about tonight. Something I'm going to be advertising is warrior weight loss program on GutterFightingSecrets.com. Okay. You go to online courses and programs. You're going to find it right there on the drop down menu, warrior weight loss program. It's the bottom one. It'll bring you to the landing page, and it talks a little bit about the program, talks a little bit about my past. Not really. It's literally about a paragraph. And then it brings you down, and you can add it to your cart. Once you pay for it, it's yours to keep. It's an online program. And right now it's selling for $65.99. Okay. $65.99. But that price is going to be going up next month, at the end of this month. Okay. So that's, you have literally like 8 days left to get it at that price. After that, it's going to go up $10. So I recommend, if you're at all interested in finding out more about this, DJ, what's up, man? If you're interested in finding out more about how you can lose weight and do it quick and do it the warrior way, okay? Because we don't just talk about how to lose weight. We talk about combat conditioning. We talk about how much should I run versus how much push-ups should I do, all right? What kind of diet should I be eating to get a lean body, all right? But not just a lean body, a lean muscle mass, all right? Because obviously a warrior can't just be a skinny mess of bones, because you'll run against an enemy, he'll pick you up and he'll dump you on your head, all right? So just like the wolf, our friend the wolf was talking about, can't just be skinny. You need to put that muscle on. You need to be lean, but you need to be muscular. This is what we're talking about in warrior weight loss, available on GutterFightingSecrets.com. Highly recommend that you check that product out and that you buy that product, okay? It's not as important to me that you buy the product. It's important to me that you actually listen to it and like follow as much of the advice as you can, because that's how it's going to help you. I'm not to say I love money, okay, but I really want to help you guys. And if I can't come to you and like be there every minute, and every time you pick up a donut, slap it out of your hand and C-clamp you in the throat, all right, because I would, the best I can do is give you this product and let you go from there. And it's going to show you exactly how it's done. So let's get into it. Without further ado, warrior combat conditioning. Okay, connection unstable. We're back. Get the discipline. Okay, the first part of this process is to get the discipline. All right, we need to find the discipline. So we're not born with discipline, most of us. A lot of us are used to a very sedentary life and a very modern processed diet. This is no good. All right, it's not like back in the day. It's not like back when my ancestors settled the West, where we were walking everywhere with wagon trains and hiking up through the plains and the deserts and stuff like that. Not like that no more. We sit in front of a what? A computer. We sit in front of a freaking video game console and we freaking play video games. And our mind thinks that we're moving, but we're not. What do we do while we sit there and shoot terrorists on Call of Duty? We eat chips. We freaking drink sodas. We drink beer, right? We eat whatever shit food, and too much of it. All right. Now, shit food in itself is not, honestly, for weight loss, it's not the problem. Okay, and this is contrary to what you're going to hear from most trainers and from most weight loss coaches or gurus or whatever. All right, I'm telling you guys the truth because I've been there and I've done it. Okay, junk food is not healthy. Now, if we're talking about being healthy and then weight loss, two different fucking things. But junk food in itself, or like junky food in itself, fatty food, it's not the problem. Calories are the real problem. Okay, Now, obviously, like macros and whatever are a big thing. But if you were to literally eat one meal a day and only ingest 2,000 calories at once, you'd be okay. Now, when you eat that one big meal, your body can only process so much, right? Whatever it doesn't immediately process gets stored as fat. So I'm not saying that it's like okay to do that. But, if your body is at the end of the day, when you go to sleep at a slight calorie deficit, you're at least not going to gain any weight. So I want to make that clear up front. Diet is extremely important, but we're going to get into diet. Um, but it's really about getting the discipline. This is a great topic, DJ says. DJ's pretty fit, but could always do things to tone up a little bit. Huge point with the nutrition. Get disciplined. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. DJ is obviously a warrior himself. He takes fitness very seriously. But really, guys, we're not born with the discipline. So how did I get the discipline? Well, listen, that's all in warrior weight loss. Okay, I don't go into great detail about me. Okay, but I can tell you this. At some point, you're going to get fucking sick of having the gut. At some point, you're going to get fucking sick of being soft. All right. Because I'm sorry to say it, but people who are overweight by a large margin and not athletic, right? Because I see some guys like a lot of really strong dudes have a little bit of a gut. Okay. I'm not saying that's good in any way, but a lot of them still have okay cardio and a lot of them are very strong. So sometimes it's like to be really like big, to have a lot of muscle, you're going to have a little bit of a gut if you're not doing your diet properly. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody who doesn't move much, somebody who's very stagnant, somebody who's very, just doesn't do a lot of exercise. They're soft. They're soft people. You can easily take advantage of them in the body and the mind. You can easily take advantage of people who don't have discipline and aren't fit in the body and the mind. Well, what do I mean by that in the body and the mind? Well, you can beat the fucking shit out of them, number one. Like, yeah, big dudes, like big fat dudes, they're imposing, but you'll find quickly if you box, you'll dance around them, and probably knock them out pretty well, right? Uh, so they're never as tough as they look, I'll tell you that much. It's the ones who don't look tough you might want to fucking be careful around. But you can also take advantage of them in the mind because they don't have that discipline. They don't have that hardness to them. So you can exploit that if you know what you're doing. And we teach you exactly how to do that on what's the name of the product there? Let me just double check this. Because we got so many products, like they're all so great. Counter manipulation. We teach you exactly how to go ahead and manipulate people in counter manipulation secrets. That's on gutterfightingsecrets.com. Go to seduction training. Okay, go to seduction training. What you're going to do is go to shop and GFS swag. You're going to go on that drop down menu. You're going to see seduction training. Okay, it's not all just seduction. You're going to click on that. That's going to bring you down to counter manipulation secrets. Now, we named it counter manipulation secrets, but it's actually straight up manipulation secrets. It's how mental warfare works, and it's how to go ahead and just fucking dominate people in the mind without ever having to resort to either violence or the threat of violence. We're also working on a product called Weaponized Psychology. And Weaponized Psychology takes it a step further, and it teaches you how to really start destroying people and controlling people in the mind. All right, but that's not what we're talking about here. Go check out the products if you're interested in that. That's another topic for another night. Fat, out of shape fucking people. And I'm going to say it like it is, okay? I'm not going to pull any punches here because I'll tell you one thing. I really hate fat people. I know it sounds like a fucked up thing, but I was really fat once. You guys may have seen in the thumbnail that I put up, like I was big. I was close to 300 pounds. So when I see somebody like that, I think to myself, you disgusting piece of shit. You don't have any discipline. Like, lose some weight. And that's just probably my issues kicking up and like thinking about myself and all the fucking time that I wasted. All the time that I wasted as a kid. When you're that age, when you're like 18, 19, 20, that's the prime of your life. You'll never be that again. So when I think about it and I say to myself, holy crap, you could have been just chiseled and jacked. Like, absolutely. Now I'm 35. So it's a constant struggle to keep the weight off, guys. It's not even like I'm 40 yet, but it's still harder than it would have been when I was that age. At that age, if you exercise enough, you could eat cheeseburgers 3 times a day and still freaking be in good shape. So getting the discipline is really important. All right. And this is going to be the first step to getting what we want as far as a lean body, lean muscular body that is ready for combat. That is ready for combat. So getting the motivation, getting the discipline, I don't care how you get it. Okay. Go on YouTube, watch a bunch of motivational videos. Go and think about all the times where you could have gotten laid, but because you're a fat piece of shit, you didn't, right? Go and think about, like, just think about whatever, right? Whatever you need to go ahead and give you that discipline, that motivation. Dr. Squirrely, close. It's pretty close, man. Yeah. Um, just to get that motivation. And that's the important part. We're going to need that to get rolling. Now, once we get motivated, we're going to need to immediately get into it. Once we get motivated, we want to take advantage of that momentum. There's no, otherwise, you're just like, it's like going to a Tony Robbins seminar, right? You guys may be familiar with Tony Robbins. He's like an NLP coach, he's a life coach. Guys go to his seminar, guys and girls go to his seminar and they get all hyped up. They're usually like a weekend seminar. And he tells you you can accomplish whatever you put your mind to, this and that, right? And he like uses hypnosis and gets you in the mood. But if you don't go home and make changes after you've been there rapidly, then it's a waste of your money. It was just cheerleading. Okay, then it was just cheerleading. You don't want to cheerlead yourself too much. Yeah, we need the discipline, we need the motivation. We need the motivation to get the discipline. But without the discipline, we're just motivating and then we're just making ourselves feel good. And then ultimately, when you don't make it a change, you're going to feel worse. So I really want you to just think about that. All right. Get the motivation however you fucking can. Then get the discipline. Discipline is something that has to be maintained. Discipline is something that has to be maintained. Okay. It's like a garden. You have to keep watering it for it to grow, for it not to die. Okay. Very, very important here. Very, very important. By the way, guys, any pressing comments that you want answered right away, Super Chat is available. Donations are always welcome, always accepted, never demanded, but always appreciated. So go ahead if you have something you want to ask and you want me to answer it right away. Throw it in the comments or throw it in the super chat, and I'll be sure to interrupt myself and get to it. So we need to make sure that we take advantage, capitalize, and keep it going. So keep it somewhere deep within your heart. All right. We need to have that vision in mind. Arnold Schwarzenegger had a saying, if the mind can see it, the body can achieve it, right? And this is very, very true to a large degree. This is what I always used to do. I would have a certain vision in my head. Honestly, the vision in my head was a lot different. It was before I realized that you can't attain a look like Schwarzenegger without taking lots of steroids. I never wanted to shrink my nuts, so I never took the steroids. But it doesn't matter. If the mind can visualize it, if the mind can see it, the body will and can achieve it. But you have to stick with it. You have to stay disciplined. I don't care if that's weightlifting. I don't care if that's cardio. I don't care if that's just a level of fitness that's going to enable you to crawl under things and climb over things and go ahead and run fast and pick up heavy objects. This is the bottom line about combat conditioning. Okay, this is the bottom line about combat conditioning. These are like the 4 things. We want to be able to crawl under things, climb over things, pick up heavy things, and move fast, even with heavy equipment on us. So this is very, very important. And these are the things that we want to do. We're going to talk a little bit about how to go ahead and train for these types of things. But most of what I talk about in warrior weight loss and the combat conditioning portion is exactly that. All right. So if you guys really want to know how to train for maximum combat readiness, check it out on GutterFightingSecrets.com. So it's very, very, very important that we keep it somewhere within our heart, somewhere within our mind, within our mind's eye, exactly why we're doing this and exactly what the vision in mind is. Because if we don't do that, okay, then chances are our discipline is going to wane at some point. If we don't have a strict vision in our mind, if we don't have a strict reason why we're doing this, then chances are, okay, at some point the motivation will flee and will falter. Know that the motivation will flee and falter. When it's been a couple of solid weeks of dieting and your body is craving calories and fat so much that you're dreaming about it, all right? And you wake up in the middle of the night just wanting fucking like calories, just wanting calories. You're going to say to yourself, I just want the calories. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to eat them. I don't care what this like goal in my mind is. If it's not strong enough to withstand that, okay, when you go out and you see like a dank pizza there and all your buddies are eating the pizza and you're sitting there with your fucking chicken and you've had chicken and like turkey, lean, plain chicken and turkey for a week and a half, 2 weeks, and your body is craving the fat so much that it would do anything, it would kill to get that pizza. What are you going to do? Are you going to eat it? Are you going to be a bitch and fucking eat it? Or are you going to be tough and you're going to fucking say, no, I got 6 weeks to go on this diet. I'm going to fulfill that mission. All right. And these are the things that we learn as warriors. You know, all of our guys out there who have been in the military will know this, is that we do what it takes to accomplish the mission. Right? We do what it takes to accomplish the mission. Right now, the mission is getting in shape. All right. You think in boot camp they fucking are sitting there eating jelly donuts? I don't know. Maybe now they are. I don't know. But I don't think that's a big part of it, right? Let me get a bite of salad here, guys. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lettuce. All right. So, Yankee, I see your comment, man. I can't answer stuff right now. If you guys want comments, questions answered, throw it in the super chat. I'll make sure to get to you. Otherwise, I'll probably leave about 5-10 minutes for questions and comments at the end. All right, so you got to keep that vision in your mind's eye. When you want it bad enough, you'll do it, and not until then. Okay? When you want it bad enough, you're going to do it, and not until then. When you've had it, you've had it. It's like you hear about junkies and drug addicts talking about it. Like you're not going to get sober until you're like at rock bottom or whatever. There's a lot of truth to that. There's a lot of truth to that. So until you just decided that you fucking had it, you can't take any more, and you need this more than you need oxygen in your lungs, well, it's going to be really hard. I'm not saying it's impossible. Exactly, Jem. When you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that's what it is. When you're overweight to a large degree, you feel sick. You feel tired all the time because you have low testosterone. You have low motivation. Your serotonin isn't firing right in your brain. You feel sick because you're more at risk of getting sick. Obesity is a fucking huge problem. That's why Americans die from the freaking coronavirus more than any other nation. We have more people who go to the hospital and get killed by the CV than like almost any other nation. And that's why, because we're all freaking, like Americans in general, we eat shitty diets and we're obese. Now, might is right. So it's, it's what it is. When you're the richest nation on earth, people are going to be like that, but it's not good. So sometimes you just need to get sick of it. Sometimes you do. You just need to get sick of it and go ahead and fucking go balls to the wall and go all out. Now, let's say for a second here that we've decided, okay, Will, you know what? You're getting me motivated, man. You're getting me motivated enough. I want to dedicate some time to this. How long should I dedicate to it? Well, you're thinking the wrong way. Okay, straight up. Now, there are several different mindsets when we have here. If you're only a little bit overweight and you just want to drop 10 pounds, 6 weeks is more than enough. If you're going all out, right? If you're going half-ass, you might need a little longer, but generally 6 to 9 weeks is pretty good. But if you've got more weight than that to lose, realize that this is going to be a lifestyle change. All right, this is going to be a lifestyle change that you need to make. Now, lifestyle changes don't happen all at once, so don't beat yourself up too bad if you can't do it all at once. It took me literally a couple of years, all right, to get to the point where it was like, oh, I eat 6 times a day, I eat fucking clean. Like sometimes I have cheat meals, that's fine, but I knew how to work it, and it was really important to me that I kept physically fit. Okay. So that's the most important thing that we got to realize here is it's a lifestyle change. It's more the fact that like we need to find that motivation, whether it's I'm preparing for combat, whether it's I just want to be combat ready. So if I needed to go, if I needed to take care of business, I could do it in a very appropriate way. Or simply, hey, I want to get in shape so I can get the chicks, right? And frankly speaking, okay, as a guy who, as a quasi dating coach, I've got a number of private clients that I do coach. So I guess I could use that terminology. You can have a game and be fat and still get some chicks. But can you imagine if you looked really solid and then had that game as well? And I was literally just telling this to a guy the other day because he was asking me advice and he was basically, and I won't give up information or anything, but he was saying like, Will, like, I really just, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, it's just not working as well as I know it could. And I said, well, to be frank, man, you need to lose weight. You need to get that weight off. He has probably 20, 30 pounds that he needs to lose in order to go ahead and really maximize his success. He's had success with the programs that we've given him. He's bought a couple of different programs. Okay. Becoming a lovable asshole being one of them. He said that really worked for him very, very well. But I told him, look, you have that knowledge now, man. All it takes is now you're going to work on that, okay? And you're going to work on yourself. So you're working on your game. Now you need to work on your inner game as well. Work on yourself. And I really think that he'll do it. I think that he will definitely get that weight off. And when he does, guys, he's going to be a fucking seduction machine. I can't wait for it. I'm very excited for him. But my point being, you got to just make this a lifestyle change, okay? And realize that that's exactly what it is. And you'll get used to it. And eventually you're not going to want it any other way. Eventually you're going to get used to it and you're never going to want to go back to the way it was. I couldn't imagine sitting around. I injured myself 2 days ago. All right. And I haven't been able to do anything. Okay. Small injury. I'll get over it. But I'm giving it time to heal and rest. So I haven't been doing cardio and I haven't been doing weights in 2 days. Has it been that long? No, I'm sorry. It's been a day. 2 days today. That's how much I like exercise. That's how much I want it and I need it. It's good for my physical and my mental status, right? If I don't get into the gym and at least get my cardio in, I feel like lazy. Never used to be like that. When I was fat and overweight, I wouldn't fucking do anything. I didn't want to sweat. Now, unless I sweat, I don't feel right. So it's going to be a lifestyle change. I'm just seeing down here, eugenics is a hell of a mindset. I don't know what you guys were fucking talking about in the chat, but whatever. Okay. So keep it 1 week at a time. Okay. Be strategic about things. Keep it 1 week at a time and be strategic about things. So you can't. Eventually, you're going to look back and you're going to see the long term and you're going to say, that really wasn't that hard. But while you're in it, you can only take it 1 week at a time. What I used to like to do was break it down until my next cheat meal. I would usually have a cheat meal or two on the weekends, depending on how active I was, right? And depending on what kind of cheat meal I had. So if I give myself one cheat meal a week, I say, listen, on Saturday, I'm going to have whatever I want, whether that's a pizza and a freaking cheeseburger and a freaking milkshake, or whether that's, a big plate of carbonara with a freaking, a nice big glass of Coke on the ice and whatever my guilty pleasure was going to be, or like some dope Chinese food, whatever, right? I can last until then. I can stick to the freaking diet until then. So I broke it down week by week. And eventually, and sometimes you'll mess up. Sometimes I would go to the fridge. I want to have a couple peanut butter cups. And at first I would kick myself in the face and I'd be like, fuck, pussy, what the fuck is wrong with you? But eventually I got used to it and I said, you know what? Okay, you had the damn peanut butter cups. Move on. Let's get in shape. Let's turn this mush into muscle, guys. And that's exactly what I did. All right. I lost over 120 pounds. I know what the hell I'm talking about. And that's why we're talking about Warrior Weight Loss. Okay. Warrior Weight Loss is the program that's available on gutterfightingsecrets.com, guys. Quit putting it off. All right. One of our guys up front said, we're at war right now. Why not get the fuck into shape? Okay. Let me tell you this. If you're not actively out there, like getting into shape right now, you're fucking wrong. You see what happened the last couple of years, last year or two specifically, the world's gone to shit. Russia's about to invade Ukraine. Taiwan is going to be taken by China probably at some point. Not going to be long until the whole world's at war. Now, that's not to even mention civil disturbances here and crime exploding on the street. You think that the brother coming up to you to jack you for your fucking wallet in your car cares? No. He wants one thing. All right? He wants to dominate you. You're going to let him? All right. If you're going to be a bitch about life, then be a bitch. Go sit on the couch, play Call of Duty, watch fucking CNN, and be a lazy piece of shit. I don't want to talk to you about it, though. If you're the type of guy or girl that wants success, that wants discipline, that wants everything that you want and knows that you can get it, okay? Go ahead and do it. Check out Warrior Weight Loss on gutterfightingsecrets.com, guys. This is going to show you exactly how to drop that weight and do it quick. All right, quick. I'm talking a matter of 12 weeks, you'll be lean. Okay, you'll be lean. Depending on how fat you are already, of course. But within 12 weeks, you'll be well on your way to being in good shape. Okay, so you go to online courses, you drop down on the menu, go to Warrior Weight Loss Program, add it to the cart. It's going to be yours to keep. It's about an hour and a half long. Guys, I forgot to mention this. Anyone who buys this product in the next week is going to be getting a special bonus. Right? You guys are going to be getting a very special bonus that I don't give out whenever I sell this product. But when you buy the product, all right, if you leave your address, I'm going to send you a special package. That package is going to have some very special bonus material in it. And I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I guarantee you will like it. And I guarantee it will help you even more than just the product. That special is only going to be good for this week. That's the 21st, okay? That's the 21st until the 28th of January, 2022, all right? 21st to the 28th of January, 2022. Anyone who orders Warrior Weight Loss is going to be getting a very special package in the mail if they want to leave me their address. Shipping's on me. All right? Boom. I don't do that for anybody. But anyone who orders this product program from the live stream, right, I want to make sure that you get the success that you need. And part of that package is going to be direct coaching with me. All right? Part of that package is going to be a one-on-one coaching session with me. All right? Personalized. But I would recommend that you don't take that coaching session until, you're halfway through your program. All right, because I don't want to just motivate you, right? That's not my job. Go watch Tony Robbins on YouTube. Go watch Joe Rogan if you just want motivation. You can get that for free, but I want to actually help you. So my recommendation, and this is what I've always said with the private coach, usually I charge, okay? Usually I charge $75 an hour for this. I'm sorry, $75. Yeah, $75 an hour. Usually I charge $75 an hour for the private coaching, but I'm going to give you a private coaching session for free when you order Warrior Weight Loss today. And my recommendation is wait about 4 to 6 weeks before you take advantage of that. And that way we know exactly where your issues lie and what we need to work on together. There you go. Boom. So let's get back to the notes here. It's going to be really, really important here that we keep it a strategic operation, right? So losing weight, I'm going to interrupt this, and that's not the super chat, but that's fine, Gordius. No, I don't. And, Jen and I were asking what the fuck happened to Rusty Shackelford. We have not heard from him. He's just MIA. So it's odd. I hope he's okay. I really sincerely hope he's okay. If anybody else in here has contact info for him, let me know, because I don't. So I don't think he ever joined the website. And that's another reason to join the website, guys. This is a family here, all right? Go to Fighting Secrets is a community, but I don't like the word community because it makes me think of communism, and I fucking hate communism. So I say we're a family. Jen, can you take care of this fucking Russian bot we got in here at this point? Thank you. Ed Lee, what's going on, man? Speaking of family, dude. So that's another reason to join the website, guys. Besides for the fact that we're going to make it a paid membership at some point, it's if anything happens, I want to be able to find out if you're okay. And the guys and girls in here as well, we all ask about each other. We all take care of each other to some respect, if only psychologically speaking. So join the website. Let me get your contact info. I don't care if it's a throwaway email address. I don't give a shit as long as you check it every once in a while. But another reason to join the website, guys, just we're all looking out for one another. I got your 6, you got mine. Done. Family. All right. Forget about it. Everyone's family when you're here. All right. So realize the diet is going to be most of the work. Figure out a diet that works for you. Okay. I think it was Gordius. I saw you in the comments saying about intermittent fasting, dude. Intermittent fasting is one way to do it. Okay. And it's all about what works for you. And to be quite frank about things, you're going to need to switch it up from time to time. So the way that I lost all that weight was a bodybuilding diet. I ate roughly six times a day, while counting calories, and very healthy, very boring, very plain food that was all balanced. Okay. So that's one way to do it. And I recommend that for starting your metabolism up. I recommend that for starting your metabolism. And that's why Warrior Weight Loss Program is based off of that, because fasting is great, but you got to realize this, okay? Not to knock fasting, because I do it myself, and it helps. But if you're sitting there and you're already overweight, chances are your metabolism is slow. If it wasn't, you wouldn't be overweight. So what we need to do is get it fired up. The way that we get it fired up is eating a meal, a snack, a meal, a snack, a meal, a snack. And it's a certain very specific schedule that we keep so that our body utilizes all of that. Now, it's not just as simple as that, because you can't go and eat a pizza pie and then have a milkshake 2 hours later, and then, 3 hours later have, freaking a 20-ounce steak with butter on it, right? And mashed potatoes. That's not going to really help your metabolism too much. We need to realize that and I'm not going to go into all of the secrets here, guys. Order the damn product if you're really curious about it, and get on it, okay? Get on your discipline. Get on your weight loss, all right? Get on your combat conditioning and maximize your combat readiness. But the real secret is eating only enough food to fuel your body, okay? We're going to tell you exactly what the proportions of all of that, the macros, the micros, and all that in Warrior Weight Loss. We break it down so simple that a fucking idiot could do it. If I could do this, anybody could do this. I'm bad at math. It's really going to be important that we eat only as much that our body can process at one time. Because again, remember, if you're eating more than your body can process at one time, the rest gets stored as fat. I don't care if it's fucking chicken and salads. All right. If you're eating more than your body can process at one time, the rest gets stored as fat. So we eat only what our body can utilize. And usually that's a meal around this size, something like that, right? And then we eat at a very specific integral after that, right? Steak, steak, it doesn't digest that well, to be honest, man. So it really is important that we know all about nutrition because diet is so important. I know that you're just saying that because steak is good. I'm not, saying anything like that, but it really is the most important thing and the most important process, right? Because again, we could be expending 500 calories on a couple of mile run, right? But then if we go and eat 3,000 calories, well, we're still in a caloric surplus. Okay. So cardio alone is not going to do it. Unless you're like literally hiking all day, cardio alone is not going to do it. Weightlifting alone is not going to do it. What is going to do it? Proper diet combined with strength training combined with cardio. That's how it's done. Discipline. Let's turn this mush into muscles. All right. That's just so important. And you learn exactly how to balance it when you check out Warrior Weight Loss at gutterfightingsecrets.com. We give you the A to B to Z, and you have all the ammunition you need in that product to get it done. All right, to get it done. And anyone who orders that product in the next week, from the 21st to the 28th, you guys are going to get a free coaching session with me and a special bonus package shipped from me to you if you want it, shipping on me. All right. I'm not going to bullshit you guys. This is taking a major cut out of my business, all right? Major. I'll survive, but it's taking a cut out of my business to do free things like this. But anyone in here, if you order this product, you fucking deserve it. And I want to help you, and I want to help you get into the best shape of your life. And I don't care whether you're freaking 18 or whether you're 53. Like, you can still get into the best shape of your life. All of that, like, well, the body just stores fat when you're older because of less testosterone. Actually, you know what? I know what you mean, but they've done studies, and it turns out that's a bullshit excuse. If you go ahead and to follow these instructions on Warrior Weight Loss, you will fucking lose weight and build muscle, and you will get into sick shape. All right, it's actually doing it that's the hard part. All right, not gonna bullshit you there. It's extremely fucking difficult. If it was easy, everyone would look great. All right, including myself. If it was easy not to just eat whatever you want, then we'd all be lean as fuck, right? So that's the discipline is the hard part, guys. Doing it's the fucking hard part. We can talk all we want about it, but doing it's the hard part. So cardio versus weights, do you really need both? Yeah, you need both, right? Because if you just lift weights, you're gonna get solid arms and like maybe a decent upper chest. You're gonna be fat, right? I talked to a doctor once, and the guy's really, really into health. He's been a doctor for like 30 years, and he's also in amazing shape. Like probably one of the most like athletic looking 60-something-year-olds I've ever met in my fucking life. And I talked to him for a long time about like diet and stuff like that. And he said, look, cardio is for taking off the gut. Weights is for adding muscle up here. Okay. You can lift all your weights, but you only burn like 200-300 calories maybe when you're lifting weights. If you're going really hard, maybe a little bit more. All right. So you need to be doing your cardio. And how much cardio do we do? All right. How much is too much? Because you hear that in the bodybuilding community. Guys who are really into putting on muscle, well, cardio, I can't do that because, it'll fucking take away my gains, right? Well, there is something to be said for glycogen loss, okay? But your body does replenish the glycogen. Now, it is a weird thing. It's not bro science that if you don't do a lot of cardio, you will look fuller, you will look bigger. But again, that's glycogen, all right? That's every, let me try to remember this. This is on Warrior Weight Loss, but for every gram of glycogen, there's 2 of hydrogen, something like that. For every molecule of glycogen, there's 2 of hydrogen. Anyway, basically that's like, think of it like this. Think of it as water, okay? If you're drinking a lot of water, your muscles are going to look fuller, especially if you eat some carbs with that, because it expands in you and it's like blowing a little air little bit more air in a balloon, right? Gets a little bigger. Same thing. But when you sweat a lot, you do a lot of cardio, especially if you're doing a lot of what is the word I'm thinking about? Adrenaline involved sports like jujitsu and stuff, then it does tend to drain the glycogen from your body. That's why, after jiu-jitsu, you might feel a little pump, but you look a little smaller. We're talking about minutia here, guys. Minutia. Don't worry about all that stuff. All you really need to know is do your weights. All right. What I typically recommend is a split. So chest and back, shoulders and arms, legs. All right. Something like that. Look it up for yourself. We go into it in warrior weight loss. Again, we break it down so simple that a moron could do it. And then cardio 3 days a week. All right. Now, some of you guys need less cardio. All right. Like I think it was the Wolf in here, Richie the Wolf, saying he's so skinny. So you need less cardio. All right. That's just good for you, man. But so here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. If you really want to put muscle on, you're going to need to do a little less cardio, but you don't want to get out of shape either, right? So do some cardio, right? And I'm not talking walk on the treadmill, because unless you're enhanced, that shouldn't cut it for the cardio. I'm talking when you get into a brutal fight, you're fighting for your life, and you're after 30 seconds, you're going to wish that you were dead. All right. Like, I don't care if you're a professional MMA fighter who fights in the cage all the time. Okay. You need your cardio. What I was saying, I don't care if you're an MMA fighter who fights in the cage. After about 30 seconds, it's going to start getting very, very tough in an actual fight because of the adrenaline and everything. So go and do your cardio. What I would recommend is a day or two a week for the skinnier guys. For the bigger guys who've got more of a gut to lose, 3 days a week of cardio and 3 days a week of weights. I would generally recommend a weight day and a cardio day on separate days. But if you're feeling more ambitious, go for it. And if you're like me and you're insane, you could literally do, cardio and weights and just one in the morning, one in the evening, and cardio on your off days as well. And frankly speaking, if you're really into it, like work up to this. Okay, work up to this. But if you really want to drop that weight quick, what I recommend doing is 3 weight days and 4 cardio days, right? And do your cardio in the morning fasted, and then do your weights after you've had a meal or two. But that's all minutia, guys. Let's move on to vitamins and supplementation. What vitamins and supplementation should I be doing? Should I be taking to really maximize my combat readiness? All right. Well, this is a topic we could talk about all night. This is a topic we could be talking about all night. And by the way, I'm not a doctor. You should always consult your healthcare professional and your physician before beginning any exercise routine, diet, or any kind of supplementation. This is not advice. This is merely things that I've learned over the years. With that out of the way, I would be taking a multivitamin. I would definitely take a multivitamin. I would take some C and some vitamin D. And if you're out in the sun a lot, you don't need that much vitamin D. That's the basics. Now, to enhance things, you should probably be taking a protein shake. You should probably take a protein shake once a day, depending on, again, your activity level, your weight training level. Do you want to get bigger? Do you want to get leaner? Okay. Because quite frankly speaking, if you just want to lean out, you still need a lot of protein, but a little bit less than if you want to bulk up. So we can go into multivitamins, which one's better, which one's more available. Find the ones you like. Go to Vitamin Shop, go to GNC, talk to the meatheads in there, let them upsell you on a whole bunch of stuff. But bare minimum, take a multivitamin, take some C, take some D. Now, there are other things that we can start thinking about, like tonalin or CLA, which is a fat that helps burn fat, okay? And this has been clinically proven to actually work. It doesn't work like crazy, but every little bit helps, okay? So you get some tonalin in there, or maybe some fiber. You don't have to actually take this if you're eating right. Like if you're eating a high fiber diet with lots of salad and beans and stuff, don't worry about it. But and then something else I would recommend is glutamine. Okay, glutamine is something they actually give burn patients in the hospital to help them heal faster. All right. And what this will do for you guys is it will help your body to heal faster. It supports cellular regeneration. And it makes your cells regenerate faster. It really is good, especially if you're tearing down your body, tearing down your body, tearing down your body. You need protein and the right amino acids like glutamine to really heal it. And especially if you're doing it a lot, and if you're on a crash course like a 6-week boot camp, well, you really need to like watch your nutrition, get your right amount of protein in there, and take your other supplements as well. But realize they're just that. Okay, they're not magic pills. Yeah, omega-3s are really good too. Exactly, and especially guys, I learned this the hard way. Especially if you are dieting, like when I was cutting for my first fight, I actually got injured because I was under eating. With all the activity that I was doing, I was really under eating because I needed to drop a fucking shitload of weight quick. I went from 185 about to like 175 in a matter of too fast, right? I don't remember exactly how fast, but way too fast. But I was speaking to a coach and he was saying, bro, you need to take that fish oil because when your body's depleted like that, you need to give it that healthy fat. So realize that. MCT oil as well can help, coconut oils, things like that. It's about finding, like if you cook your eggs with butter, fucking replace it with some coconut oil, or, you can even get the 0-calorie butter stuff. Hey, don't be afraid of the 0-calorie stuff. I know people say, oh, it'll give you cancer, it'll fucking kill you. Like, so being fat, right? And being fat sucks more than like using some 0-calorie shit. So get used to using stevia. Get used to, if you have to have a Coke, do a Coke Zero because Diet Coke sucks. Do a Coke Zero. Do a Dr. Pepper's diet or whatever. You're not going to eat this stuff enough anyway to keep you freaking cancer, hopefully. So, you don't fucking slug soda and think you're going to lose weight, even if it's diet. But if you have to have one, try to do the diet one. You got to put sugar in your coffee, do the stevia or the 0-calorie shit, Find that shit that works. If you got to have sauce, like for me, especially after all of these years, plain ass chicken breast fucking makes me want to vomit. So if I'm really, really cutting hard, I'll get the 0-calorie sauce. I think it's called skinny sauce. It's pretty good. The barbecue sauce is good. So spray that shit on it. Make it more palatable. Because if you're spraying, remember guys, your sauces add up. Chick-fil-A sauce, sorry. Just because you're eating plain chicken breast, and you're drenching it in Chick-fil-A sauce, you're not doing yourself any services. So get the 0-calorie stuff. All right, guys. And that was really it for supplements. You'd really like to do a protein shake. If you're eating right, you're going to be eating everything you're going to be eating is actually fairly high in protein. But again, if you need a little more protein boost, then I would recommend doing a shake a day. Now, some guys get nervous about the shakes because they say, oh, it's going to fuck up my kidneys or my liver or whatever. Like, actually, you need to I've drank a lot of that shit. If you're drinking enough water, and that's another thing, guys, you got to drink a fucking shitload of water. Like, some people say a gallon a day. I don't think I ever quite made it to that, but usually I got pretty close to it. And drinking a lot of water is good. But the best advice that I've ever heard, this is again from another doctor, he said, look, drink until your piss is about lightish, very like almost clear, right? Not completely clear. When your piss is completely clear, you could back off a little bit. Now, if you're really trying to cut weight quick, then sure, just fucking drink as much as you can and piss out that fat. But, just to basically stay hydrated, drink until you're pissing like a very light yellow, almost clear. And then when it's clear, back off a little bit, but stay hydrated. Especially like, I'm out in the desert now and I find myself drinking 10 times more water, getting 10 times thirstier. So if you're in an environment like that, make sure to freaking hydrate. And if you're in a cold environment, realize that you're not going to get thirsty, but don't neglect drinking water. Make yourself drink it. If you have to flavor it, okay, again, use some kind of a 0-calorie flavorer, right? Powder or whatever. Or if you have to, there's things out there like Extend. Not the penis enhancement pill, but the amino acids. I think it's called Extend. And those come in different flavors: fruit punch, blue ice, this and that. I typically try to stay away from the dyes because I know they're not really that good for you. But you do what you got to do. So nutrition is very, very important. Drink enough water as well. Stay hydrated. And if you're staying hydrated, that's another big thing. Is if you are taking these protein supplements, make sure that you are drinking enough water. Because if you don't drink enough water and you drink a lot of the protein shakes, that's when you can run into complications. But if you're just doing a shake a day or 2 shakes a day, drinking enough water, you'll be fine, generally speaking. Okay, so last thing on the list here is realize that this is now a way of life. Once you've gotten into this, I said this before, you're not going to want to turn back. Once you've taken 10, 15, 20, 25 plus pounds off, you're going to sit there and say, holy shit, when I look in the mirror, I'm happy with what I'm looking at. When I'm fucking going and talking to my wife, she's fucking got so much respect for me. When I'm talking to the girlfriend, she wants to bang me all the time now. And actually, whereas before I was like, oh, I'm not getting laid enough. Now I can't keep up, right? Or, oh, the chicks out there in the bar, I took Will's course, How to Be a Lovable Asshole, and I dropped 25 pounds. Now I've got everything in the fucking world I want. I even got a raise because my boss respects me more. Apocalypse, thank you, bro. I very much appreciate that. I can't tell you how much I appreciate, guys, when you guys give a little something to the channel. It really does put a fucking smile on my face. So when I feel appreciated, I really get a very, very big smile on my face and in my heart as well. So thank you very much, Apocalypse. Any advice on losing some face and cheek fat? Throw some money in the super chat and I'll give you some fucking killer advice for it, man. Or go to fightingsecrets.com, Warrior Weight Loss. That's going to tell you exactly how to get rid of that cheek fat and that face fat real fucking quick. Okay? Really, really fucking quick. But just so you guys know, the first thing to actually change is your face. Like before you see it in your belly, you're going to start to see it in your face. So there are tricks and secrets that you can do. There are things that we can actually do to speed that process up, specifically in the face. And I'd be glad to share some with you, man. But I really, really want you guys to realize that the first thing that you're going to see is noticing in your face. The weight's going to come off your face first, and then it's going to start from your belly. Your belly is actually the last thing that sheds weight. Why? Because we need this visceral fat to protect our organs. We need this visceral fat to keep us warm in the winter. Right? The body's set up that way. It doesn't want to shed fat. Like back in the day when we were trying to survive, we needed this fat to help not only protect us from predators and keep our organs like padded, right? Protect us from falls, protect us from predators, protect us from each other. We also needed it to stay warmer in the winter. And realized that we went into this in the Arctic training that we just went through, me and DJ, but there's a certain point where fat actually stops helping you, but a little bit of extra fat during the winter helps you. And that's why the body doesn't want to get rid of it. Also, it's stored energy, right? The body knows that it can always tap into those reserves if it's been a week without food. So that's why the body prefers to keep fat on. Obviously, this is the modern day, and we don't have to worry about that shit anymore. So, for vanity's sake, we'd all like to have six-pack abs. But if you really think about it from a survivability point of view, well, yes, a six-pack abs will make you more combat capable to a certain degree. Yeah, absolutely. Having a little bit of visceral fat on there is actually beneficial to the body. All right, guys. So that does it. That's the lecture or the talk for tonight. I don't like the word lecture because I don't want to sit here and act like, I'll lecture you about this, because many of you guys out there have been doing it for just as long, or in some cases, like Gordy, longer than I. So, but I appreciate you guys listening. And obviously, I haven't gotten into any of the comments because I haven't had a moment to myself since I started talking. That's okay. I love to hear myself talk. So let me take another bite of salad here, and I'll get into the comments real quick. Oh. Fuck yeah. Yes, you will. Thank you for your support, man. That really puts a smile on my face and on my heart, man. Thank you. Thank you, bro. So, Yankee, advice for losing face and cheek fat, man. Good question. I'm just chewing and I'll get to it. No, I never saw that. Mike Tyson eating salad this morning. All right. Losing face and cheek fat. So, glycogen. Glycogen is one of the big reasons why the face looks round, right? Remember how I said like glycogen in the body puffs it up a little bit? So, one of the first things you're going to notice when you really start your weight loss journey is that your face is going to look thinner before the rest of you starts really noticeably getting thinner. Now, you are losing weight everywhere. It's just that there's less stuff on your face, there's less surface area, so you're going to start to see it getting thinner faster. Now, I'm not one of those guys who advocates a low carb diet. I'm not, because your body needs carbs, all right? And some guys will say this with a caveat of, but vegetables and fruits are carbs. No, your body needs carbs. But remember one thing, carbs equal glycogen. Glycogen equals more fullness. So if you really want to start losing face and cheek fat faster, take the carbs down. Take the carbs down for a week, even honestly, like 3 days, and do more cardio, and you're going to start to see your face thin out a lot more. All right. And we tell you exactly in Warrior Weight Loss what kind of cardio you do, because there's HIIT cardio, high interval, high intensity interval, there's long duration cardio, and there's different types of cardio that you want to do for different things, right? So one thing that they found is that for certain types of fat, you want to do high intensity cardio where your adrenaline's up a little more. For other types of fat, you want to go ahead and do more long distance running type cardio. You don't need to run, I'm just saying type of cardio, right? So, but what I would recommend to you, man, to lose the face fat quick, cut your carbs down. Don't cut them out. Don't cut them out, but cut them down, and do a little more cardio, and keep the carb deficit going for a week. And again, this is not advice, guys. I need you guys to talk to your healthcare professionals, your doctor, before starting or beginning any type of workout regimen or any program or anything like that. Okay, I'm not a doctor. This is not advice. This is just something that I found from my personal experience. But yeah, that's Yankee. If you just simply cut the carbs out, up the cardio, your face is going to lean out very quickly, man. Trust me. You'll look in the mirror in a week, and you're going to say, holy shit, I've lost like 10 pounds. Well, probably not, but it's going to look like it. So, all right. So, any questions that I missed that that you guys wanted to ask? Definitely feel free to type them out here. Jen, how was your night going? Certain carbs, wheat and grain, starches like potatoes. You guys talking about carbs? Jen, what's the now I like Ed Lee. He's asking Jen how to prepare food. Jen is a master at preparing food, and that's part of my problem, to be honest with you guys. She's too good at it, but she also had back in the day. Say back in the day, it's probably last year. She would make me these things called power packs. That's what I call them, power packs. It was a spinach wrap with like 3-4 ounces of lean ground beef, some low-fat Mexican cheese. I think that was it. Oh, and some spinach leaves. Okay, and she would fold it up like one of those Taco Bell things, Crunchwrap Supremes, but it was just delicious, and it was the perfect post weightlifting workout meal. Amazing. Yeah, DJ's all about the power packs too. He was saying that the other day while we were in Missouri. He was going, I got to make some of those power packs. Yeah, bro, those are what's up. Perfect. Because if you think about it, what does your body need after you work out? After you lift weights specifically? You need a little bit of carbs, a little bit of fat, and a fucking shitload of protein. And they got all that in there. So chicken breast, cumin, hot sauce, olive oil is a very good combo. I actually used to do the very same thing, Gordius. Just do the exact same recipe. That's funny. Yeah, it actually makes your chicken breast a lot more tolerable. Another thing I used to like was cooking it and doing a curry rub on it. I would do a curry rub. I'm not talking curry like you get in England with the freaking cream and shit in it. No, I'm talking like the ground curry. And I would dust my chicken with that. Made it a lot more tolerable. So that's just the type of things that, I feel like when you get into this, you got to make your food tolerable. If your food's like just god awful, you're not going to eat it and you're going to fuck up and you're going to eat like junk or something higher in calories. So take your freaking chicken and dust it. Dust it in whatever spices you like. Find out what you like. But the spices are okay. They're not super high in calorie. Salt's not good. Sodium's not that good. A little bit of sodium's fine, especially if you're sweating. You need sodium, obviously. But too much salt's too much. It's better to have the spices in it. So. Yeah, the masala too. Now, I always used to juice just like the yellow curry rub, but the masala, dude, is freaking delicious. I love that stuff. But I only cook it 7. Oh, okay. Jen's giving her recipes out now. Guys, I should start selling her recipes on the website. And actually, that's funny that I say that because one of the things that we considered doing as far as the Warrior Weight Loss Program was adding recipes for healthy food. We actually did not end up doing that. Okay, we didn't end up doing that. But if you guys think that's a good idea to actually go ahead and give out a bonus of recipes with the Warrior Weight Loss, let me know because I'm always looking for inputs on our programs. The man's cookbook. Yeah, Hungarian paprika for sure. Yeah. 100%. The middle of the breast is a little pink. That's bad, right? Chicken has to be cooked all the way through, unlike beef. Yeah, well, it shouldn't be raw inside. I know that. I don't cook chicken personally, though. I buy it. Or Jen cooks it for me. Yeah, exactly. I can make it, and you can eat it. Yeah, Chef Boya Jen. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and she's fucking amazing. She's such a great girl, and she's lucky to have me. So, all right, guys. Oh man, what time is it? Okay, that's not bad. I'll go for another 5 minutes and we'll cut it. "20 minutes a day on the rower." Yeah, that's good. Rowing machine. I like the rowing machine quite a bit too, man. I don't use it enough. It's good for my posture and my back, so I should use it more. So, Richie, I just saw your comment about feeling bloated, man. Believe me, I fucking feel you, bro. Um, bloating is like a real thing. It's obviously we all know it's from gas, right? So you eat certain foods and they create gas in your belly, becomes distended. And the next day you wake up and you like have a flat belly again. So the one thing that I really like about Warrior Weight Loss Program is the foods that we have you eat are not going to bloat you. All right, they're not going to bloat you. So like things like the plain chicken breast, especially at the proportions that we give you, again, the belly becomes distended from gas and from having too much food in it at once that it can't process. So when you eat smaller meals at a time that are healthier, it's not going to make your belly distended or bloat. That only happens when you're eating things you really shouldn't be eating or that don't agree with your body, frankly, because that's another thing is like your body will like certain things. Your genetics will like certain things. Like Jen's genetics loves rice. She like loves rice, and not only does she love it, it like works for her. Whereas if I eat too much white rice, I bloat and I look like I'm fucking 20 pounds heavier. So I can't eat too much of it. I have to, if I do rice, it has to be like brown rice if I don't want to bloat too much. And not a lot of it at that. You know, vegetables will also bloat you a little bit too much, right? So again, that's one of the things that I really like about eating like this is it's meant specifically to keep you looking lean while you get lean, right? So it won't the things that we have to eat, a lot of fresh vegetables like peppers, um, certain types of greens rather than other types. Certain types of greens will bloat you, and certain types won't so much. Certain types of carbs will bloat you, certain won't. Low GI or low glycemic index carbs will bloat you a lot less than the high GI. And Jen loves noodles too. Yes, of course she does. I forgot that she loves noodles. She goes crazy over noodles and rice, which is highly entertaining to me, but it's the fact of it. The fact of it also that like my body loves to eat salmon and like fish. My taste buds hate it. I hate fish. Ugh. But I really, really like my body likes it. So if you think about it, I'm Swedish and Irish. So back in the day, Vikings, nomads, what do? We fucking got fish from the ocean. We ate that shit from salmon or whatever else kind of fish is out there. I don't eat it because I fucking hate it, but my body likes it. So if you can slug it down, if there's something that your genetics would agree with, I recommend it. I recommend eating for your genetics. I read a book once on eating for your blood type. I don't know how much science is really behind that, but couldn't hurt to try it. Do I like British fish and chips? That's like the one type of fish that I can't eat because it's covered. Love it, but I'll eat it. But whenever I'm in the UK, what I always make a special request. Okay, and you guys know me. Like, I've never been shy to go out of my way to get what I want. So I always go to the chef if I'm in a pub and I say, "Tell the chef I want chicken and chips. I don't like fish. If he could do it, I would sure appreciate it. Okay, if he could do it, I would sure appreciate it to make me some chicken and chips." And 9 times out of 10, they do it for me. Probably because I'm a Yankee and they're like, okay, get the Yanks some chicken and chips. But delicious, outstandingly delicious. Um, Man, now you got me craving chicken and chips. And you put some of that, there's Worcestershire sauce and then there's the vinegar that you could put with the chips too. Forget about it, guys. Delicious. Outstanding. Out fucking standing. Yeah, no, DJ, exactly. Eating for genetics does, I think, have merit to it. Yankee says, from what I read, some Asian countries that consume rice looks leaner and younger. Not sure if that's statistics have merit. So I've noticed that all Asian cultures look leaner and younger. I think it's just their genetics in general. I know Jen looks the same as she did when she was in middle school, uh, you know, but her hair is blonde now, pretty much. You ever notice that about Asian chicks though? Like they're like 45 years old and they look like they're 30 still. Pretty tight, honestly. And don't get your minds in the gutter. I mean, it's pretty cool, but yeah, see where I'm going with that, huh? But yeah, it's it's collagen. Like yeah, Jen, exactly. I think it is. They have a lot of collagen, and just for whatever their genetics, their structure of their body, they look leaner, they stay leaner. But I also think they're into eating smaller meals. Okay, Asian culture, they don't eat as much as the Western culture, and I think part of that is also that they eat clean. They eat very clean. A lot of fish, a lot of meat, a lot of like if they eat curry, like stew or something, it's a curry with like coconut milk, right? Versus what we do with butter and shit like that. They don't do a lot of that. You see butter and shit in like the hibachi grills, but that's more of an American thing anyway. Some Koreans are pretty fat, but they also got like a little more fatty of a diet. Generally speaking, the Asian cultures just eat very hella clean, and again, their genetics are fucking amazing. Like they're super. It's like the super race. They're smart as shit. They're fucking like lean. They're disciplined. Asians are fucking cool people. I always like dealing with them. Yeah, British pub food, man. Oh, forget it. You're making me hungry now, man. Yeah, dude. What's another good British pub food? You got shepherd's pie, which is pretty good. Shepherd's pie is really dank. Um, they do the ribs. When I was over there, I spent about a month in the UK. My first week and a half was in London, and then a little bit in Leeds, and then in North Yorkshire, which was like right up by the Scottish border. And when I was doing my surveillance and intelligence training up there, right near GCHQ actually, and I would go and hang out in the pubs, and they had these. They always all the pubs they had this like I think it was ribs, I think it was pork ribs, but they all had it. So I guess that must be pub food. Yeah, pork pie, delicious. Fucking bangers and mash, right? That's sausage, right? That's more Irish, I think. But bangers and mash is good. Something I don't. No gluttony. Yeah, no, I mean Asians are so disciplined. You know, it's like discouraged to be gluttonous. I think. DJ grew up on shepherd's pie. That makes sense. You'll make me the chicken and chips when you see me. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I deserve some pampering. I've been on my own for like a little while now, so the least you could do, honestly. Steak and kidney pie. Yeah, kidney pie. What's the other thing I'm thinking of here? Haggis. I've never even eaten it. Never tried it. Guys are all saying, "Oh, try it. It's delicious. It's delicious." I don't like organ meat. I don't even like foie gras. Right? I know it probably tastes good. I don't even think I've tried it, to be honest. It's because it's liver. I don't want to eat it. I don't know. That's me. Sushi is amazing. Sushi is really good. You know, I don't like fish, but I like sushi. So whatever reason, maybe because it's fresh. Something interesting I found when I was in Japan, the sushi over there is obviously amazing, but the wasabi is different. It's literally different than the shit we get in America. It tastes different and it looks different, lighter or something. Crazy how things are different. You know what else about Japan was cool that I found? They got orange eggs. Their eggs are literally orange. I don't know why or how, but I thought they were spoiled. I was at the hotel. We're having this dope like breakfast spread, right? They go, "These eggs are spoiled. You get over here. These eggs are bad." And they go, "No, no, no, man. They're not bad. They're just different over here." "Are you sure?" "Yes, yes, yes." "Okay, I'll eat them." They taste the same, but the full English breakfast. So when I with a cup of the tea, man, English breakfast is fatty as shit, bro. When I was over there again, I was doing the training, and that was like I was in the midst of like my like super disciplined fucking weight loss thing. Like I would not eat many good foods. Like I would, but I would be very fucking disciplined about how I ate. So I was flipping out. I was like, the English are fucked up. That's why they're all fat. They fucking eat this fatty shit. But it was delicious. Every morning it was like freaking sausage, eggs over easy. They had the freaking I think the bacon too, but it was like the thick bacon. I'm not talking like the thick cut, but it was like each piece was like this fucking wide. Um, Obviously English muffins. They had porridge, like all that. They go all out for breakfast. It was cool. And biscuits, obviously. Now, obviously, we call them cookies over here. They call them biscuits. You know, and obviously their fries are called chips, and their chips are called crisps because they're fucked up. Duck eggs are orange. Yeah, but they weren't duck eggs. They were fucking legit like chicken eggs, different color. Q Ball says, when I was on a weight loss track in 2016, I would watch cooking videos on YouTube while chastising myself. Bro, that's so funny because I used to do the same thing. Okay, me and my girlfriend at the time, we were both on a weight loss journey. She had been fat at one point, and then when I met her, well, quick story, I knew her when I was fat and she was fat. And then I lost a bunch of weight and she lost a bunch of weight. We didn't even know it. One day we saw each other and I was like, oh, she's hot now. I'm going to make her my girlfriend. So I did. And the full story is on, actually, Seduction Secrets is no longer available. I had the full story on there, but it doesn't matter. We used to literally like be so depleted, and we'd be scrolling on Instagram watching all of those different like food shit, like how to make these fatty shit, and we'd just be drooling over it. But psychologically speaking, that does something for you. It's so funny that you say that, man, because it actually helped me as much as it like hurt at the time. It was like food porn, right? And it was like, oh man, like, can you imagine that? Like, look at that decadent fucking ice cream sandwich. Like, yo, on my next cheat day, I'm gonna have that. And it gave me something to like discipline myself to look forward to for my next cheat day. So I'd literally spend like an hour looking at this food porn, and I wouldn't eat. I wouldn't have that cheat meal, but then I'd be looking forward in my head. Wow, on Saturday, that's my cheat meal. I could have this, or I could have that, or I could have like two of those. I could do whatever I want. And so I would so much look forward to my cheat day that I wouldn't want to mess it up by eating like some bullshit. I'd want to save my calories for that cheat day. So I'd work hard all week. I'd pump the weights really hard. And I'd say, purpose of we do cheat days for a purpose, all right? Because your metabolism, again, this is all available on Warrior Weight Loss. All the secrets and hacks are in there. But on GutterFightingSecrets.com, you simply go over to GutterFightingSecrets.com, look to online courses and programs. Drop that menu is going to bring you down to Warrior Weight Loss. You'll click on that program, guys. It's going to bring you right to the landing page. All right. Add to the cart, $65.99. Add to the cart, download it. It's yours to keep. Just listen to it as much as you like. And from tonight until the 28th, whoever orders it is also going to get a free half-hour Zoom lesson with me, free half-hour Zoom coaching program with me, or coaching session, and we talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about. Any questions you have, I'm going to answer them. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to work my ass off on that coaching session with you guys so that you could have the success and the results that you deserve. Dark eggs are bright orange. You can eat Japanese eggs raw over hot rice in Japan. You know what's funny over there? They don't refrigerate their eggs in many other countries. Notice that in Israel too, they don't refrigerate their eggs, but we do. I don't know why. Been there when I was making weight for boxing. All I could think about was food. Yeah, it's funny. Last night I actually woke up. I didn't eat enough yesterday on purpose. Just I wasn't that hungry, so I decided, fuck it. Like I won't eat a lot. So I didn't, and I went to bed and I dreamed of eating cookies all night and like eating different fatty foods. It was weird. And that's what happens when you don't get enough calories. Your body will literally like dream of it. Dorian Yates, who was a bodybuilder from the UK, Manchester, UK, would talk about that a lot. When he was cutting weight before his shows, he would dream of sausages at night, like the food. Fucking food, guys. He would dream of sausages and bacon and things like that. Your body will. You dream of pizza, and that's how you know that you're really depleted in calories. Your body wants that fat. Your body wants fat more than anything else. And you should give it to it under the right circumstances. Again, like, DJ, what did we learn in winter warfare training? Fat is what you should be eating in the cold like that versus carbs and things like that. Food porn, I think that is just a natural way of eating. You should look forward to your food. Yeah, I mean, I think so. Even when you're eating your diet, that's the thing. When you're eating 6 times a day, you get so hungry in between your meals that you look forward to it. You don't necessarily look forward to what you're eating, but you look forward to eating to get rid of that fucking hunger. It's a good thing. So does the mean sex dreams mean we're deficient in sex? Probably, man. I think the egg refrigeration has something to do with a membrane they remove in the States, while they don't in other countries. Interesting. In winter climates, you need good fats, red meat, and other good protein sources like fish. Yeah, absolutely. That before and after photo you posted earlier, what year were those photos? So the before photo was, I don't know the exact years, but I was probably around 20 something. And 2018, I think, was the after photo. 2017, 2018, something like that. I put on probably 25 pounds in quarantine. Realistically 20 pounds. And I still have about 10 to go to get down to one. I haven't weighed I don't have it. I moved to a new place and I don't have a scale. So I don't know now. I've been dieting, plus I went to Winter Forge, so I probably lost a few pounds. Last time I weighed myself, I was 208. So I want to get down to 195 again. But in that photo, I think I was also fighting at that point competitively. So it was probably around 185 in that photo. I'd like to get to 195 stack. My goal. Hence this, right? Hence this is trying to get down there. What are you permanently moving to a new place? I'm in a new place right now, man. Yeah, I won't ever tell you guys exactly where I am, but I'm not on the East Coast at the moment. So I'm very happy here. East Coast is cold. It's very cold in the East Coast right now. Dark. And people are depressed out there. There's people wearing masks everywhere. And where I am, we don't have to worry about any of that shit. So I'm very happy about it. Have you been to Canada before? Yeah, I obviously I went and trained with Bill Wolf in Canada, and that was in BC. I like BC. Canada's a good place. I'm assuming that's where you're from, man. And then I went to military school in northern Idaho, so I had gotten up to Canada a few times just for the day when I was there. Forget which part. And then when I was in the Merchant Marine, we anchored in or docked in Buffalo, New York, and we got to go on shore leave on Liberty to, I think it was Toronto for a night, and that was a shitload of fun. We got fucking smashed, and we smashed, and we had a good time out there. So Canada, I've been a few times, but I like the vibe in Canada. It's a cool place. Fucking nice people, the nicest motherfuckers. But the funny thing is, Canadians love to fight, but they're the nicest fucking people you're ever gonna meet. And I never thought about escaping while in military school all the time, man. I used to plan it relentlessly. But they had what they called escorts, and no, they weren't the type of escort that would show you a good time. These guys were like paid, I don't know what you call them, but they'd round up the kids who escaped and they'd arrest them, like handcuff them, and then bring them back. And they also were the same guys that would come and abduct you in the middle of the night. So like it was a correctional facility that I was in, but a military correctional facility. I was a bad kid. I did 2.5 years out there. And so these guys, and they weren't cops, but I think most of them had been cops or had a military background. But what they would do is if you got a court order or if you got whatever, your parents could even request that they do it and they didn't want to bring you. These escorts would, the two of them would show up at like 3 a.m, drag you out of your bed, say, hey, get dressed, we're leaving. The bags would already be packed, or they would pack the bags real quick and put you on a plane and bring you. And the reason that they didn't use cops was because they could take you across state lines. So weird, right? I don't know. Like, I don't know if they still do that or not. I hope not, because that was traumatic for a lot of kids. But Canadians are awesome. Glad to have them as our northern neighbors. Me too, man. Me too. One type of dude I'd want, a couple different types of dudes I'd want on my side in the fight. Whether that's like combat or whether that's like a street fight. Number one, a Brit or an Irish or Scottish, like that type. And number two, a Canadian. Because those motherfuckers are serious. They love violence. They love to fight. I remember when I was hanging out with some Brits, they'd be like, God, mate, it's not a good night until you've had yourself a proper row. Right? A row is like a fist fight. They love to fight. They're big on the headbutts, man. They'll stand like this, and then boom, they'll get you with the headbutt real quick. And obviously Lee Morrison, who I've had on the podcast, and who I'm still just waiting to go out there and train with, fucking tough motherfucker. Brits, you don't want to fuck with them. They're good people, but they'll fight you hard. One guy I knew hid money on him and took a Greyhound from Georgia all the way back to Florida right after he got off the plane. Smart. I wonder if the escorts ever caught him. Didn't tell anyone about it until he got back and lived with his friends. Yeah. We had a guy who escaped, and I think he managed to stay out there for a couple of months, man, and that was impressive. And they ended up catching him and bringing him back. And I'll never forget, man, when he walked into the chow hall, the escorts brought him right into the chow hall where we all were. And fucking cheers for this fucking guy. I've never heard anything like it. We were pounding on the tables, taking our plastic cups. Yeah, Mike. Yeah. Dude, he was a hero. He was a giant amongst men, man. He was a good guy. Kind of a prick, but good guy, man. Good guy. And then we actually had one guy. Did I know him? I might have met him briefly. He escaped and no one ever saw him again. That's how fucked up the place was. That he never contacted his parents again. He never contacted anybody again. Nobody, he just disappeared. And I don't know, but my intuition tells me he didn't get killed. Just no one ever heard from him again. He vanished. But that's what you had to do if you wanted to fucking escape from this shit. And then there was one guy, my mentor, Ben. I won't give out his last name, but he's a guy who taught me a lot about a lot of street shit. He escaped. But obviously he got caught and he came back. So yeah, a lot of stories about those fucking escort guys, man. Those guys were some shady shit. 18 pints and a row. Good night. Yeah, you guys with your fucking pints, man. All right, Mike, let's go out and get a pint. We'll get a pint, mate. All right, dude, we'll get a pint. Make it 2, mate. All right, we'll do 2 pints, man. But then I gotta go. Oh, but the night's just getting started. All right, man. And then they the more the Brits like you, the more they'll make fun of you, right? They'll take the piss. That's how you know you're getting in good with them. Is they'll start telling you what a fuck up you are and like what a piece of shit you are. It's funny. Who left on a break? No escorts that time. I haven't heard those stories in a long time. Yeah, man. Yeah. I know. It's bringing me back, dude. Oh, Guardians, you're getting out of here? No, he was just saying that was a good night. 18 pints in a row. Yeah. Holy shit, 18 pints, like 2 gallons. My brother went to Scotland. My brother plays golf, right? He was actually a competitive golfer, like I'm talking semi-pro. And he went to Scotland to play this golf tournament. And there was this caddy there. No, I'm sorry, this was Ireland. And the caddy was like 400 pounds. And he would drink 21 pints a night. 21 fucking pints a night. He said the only reason he worked as a caddy was to keep him alive. The only reason he worked as a caddy was to keep himself living enough to drink 21 pints a night. There's guys out there like that. I don't fucking got much respect for him, but gosh damn, I gotta respect that somehow. That's some serious fucking shit. He might have joined the Legion. That's actually true. He might have. You never know. Or he might have joined a gang. Who knows? Probably with that kid he could join a gang. Jen, Asian girl missed that point again. Guardians, you're the fucking man, dude. It's so funny that now you're giving her shit about missing points too. Did I tell you guys we were picking out a chair before my place was furnished? I just needed a fucking chair to like buy so that she could sit down. And when we did the live stream, right? So we go out to buy this like $18 chair from Walmart, one of those folding camping chairs. and it's camouflage. And she's looking at it and she goes, "Babe, do you want the cameo?" And I'm thinking, what? Like, is she trying to take a dig because I like to be the center of attention? Like, what? And I was like, what? The cameo, babe. Do you want the cameo? I'm like, what the fuck is the cameo? Like, what are you talking about? I was like, fuck you. Like, what? What? Babe, the cameo. It's you always love cameo. You wear it sometimes when you go to your programs. Oh, the camouflage, camo. Oh yeah, camo, right? Oh, for a girl that is American with an American passport, never been in Vietnam in her life, like not foreign at all, like an American Asian girl, she acts like she's off the fucking boat. Funny as shit. It's the flag of the original 13 colonies. I'm glad you guys noticed my backgrounds. Yeah, so you got the Betsy Ross flag, the Gad's Den flag, and that one over there with the blue one is George Washington's flag. That's his personal flag. It had 13 white stars and a blue background. It's because I'm ready for bed. Yeah, Jen, get some sleep tonight, girl. She's been having a hard time sleeping. She's been a little stressed with stuff, so get some good sleep. I can't even drink that much water. I know, man. Me neither, bro. When I was a sailor, it was big drinking culture. So when we took our shore leave, the first night we'd always hit a bar. It was just what we did. It was in the culture, right? So it was a bragging rights who could drink the most. And we would literally have competitions. And actually, our officers were Canadian. And there was like some legal, I don't remember why, but there was a reason. And great sailors, amazing sailors. And these guys, let me tell you something, the Canadians can drink. Oh, wallahi, they could drink. And so the cook was named Lucas. Fucking amazing stand-up dude. But he would, Lucas was Canadian. He obviously didn't have any accent, a Canadian accent, right? But, just sounded like us, like American. But when he would get really drunk, he would have an Irish accent. When he would get really drunk, he would start talking like this. And he'd say, "Will, me and you are going to have some pints, mate. You and I are just going to have some pints. We're going to drink a little bit more. We're gonna get really drunk. We're gonna take a woman home. I tell you, boy. Oh." And when it first happened, I was like, "Are you Irish?" And he goes, if the Irish heritage in me, boy, I tell you, boy, you don't even know." And later, I found it was some weird thing. I don't know what the fuck happened to him. Like, he was serious. He was like, he didn't even know it, but he would get a legit Irish accent like after he had like too much to drink. So anyway, weird, right? Fucking just weird. Like an alter ego would come out. And but we'd be sitting there and the Canadians would be talking to me, "Oh, you're a pussy, bro. You're American. You can't drink like we can." I'd say, "Fuck you, I could drink like you can. Watch." So I would literally drink so many pints that I would go in the bathroom and fucking puke. And I would puke all the alcohol out of my system just so I could drink more. All right, time to eat again. So that's how serious it was, like the drinking culture, like fucking rum, fucking Myers Dark Rum or Bacardi or whatever, fucking pints, right? And then more pints. And if you couldn't drink enough, you were considered kind of a bitch. So you just had to drink. And I don't think I've ever drank that much. But we used to just fucking pints. It's crazy. Lucas was from Newfoundland. Actually, he might have been. But I'll tell you something about. That's funny that you know that, man. Of course you know that. You're smart as shit. The Newfoundland guys, they have a weird accent. They almost sound like John Kennedy. I knew a guy. He was a Newfoundland cop, and he was in Bill Wolf's Battle School. I met him there in Canada. Let me see if I could do the accent. He kind of talk like this, see? Like kind of the old gangster movies, see? And he would talk like this. Kind of a fast-paced talker, kind of a fast-paced guy, but he was really serious about it. And when he would talk, he would sound like John F. Kennedy, man. Like, not man. See? You say it like that, see? And it's weird. But it's funny, the Newfies, or Newfoundland, they call them Newfies. The Newfies have a very distinct accent, and then people from other parts of the country have accent. And I've noticed this about Bill Wolf, too. I don't know this Canadian thing. He has kind of an Irish accent sometimes. It must be something about Canada. Will, does being American, what does it being American mean to me? Wow, Richie the Wolf, fantastic fucking question, man. Freedom. Man, freedom to do whatever you want, dude. Like, Americans, our country was founded on the premise that, like, liberty and the pursuit of happiness. So as long as you're not harming anybody, you're free to fucking pursue whatever makes you happy. You know, capitalism, right? Like, to come from nothing and make something of yourself, whatever that something is. But hard work and dedication will bring you to success. And that's part of just the American value. Less governments is more, right? Less governance is way more. Don't fucking tell me what to do. I'm going to do what makes me happy. As long as I'm not hurting you, fuck off. Freedom. Freedom. The freedom to become more than you were born as. The freedom to become more than you are now. Or not. That's what it means to me, and I'll fucking die for that shit. Have you heard of foreign accent syndrome? No. No, but I'm telling you, this guy Lucas must have had that shit. It's a neurological disorder. Weird. No, I've never heard of that. Huh. Oh, you watch a lot of Canadian comedies. What's that one? The Trailer Park Boys? That one's pretty funny. Maine, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick. It's all the same maritime. Huh. Would you say taxation is legalized theft? 100% I would, man. So when our government was originally set up, the federal government was supposed to be a very fucking small entity. And so obviously you need to pay some kind of tax to help for the defense of the nation. But don't forget that the British were crushing us with taxes. So what do? We killed a bunch of them. And we formed our own army, kicked them all out, and made our own country. So, you know, obviously the founding fathers would be rolling in their graves now, especially the Democrats. Limited federal government. It was only supposed to be for defense of the nation. That was the only purpose of the federal government, was the defense of the nation. So that's what I believe in. We are subjects under the Commonwealth. Who, Canadians? Right. Yeah, right. 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 And it's funny to me because, you know, well, that's a good thing. It's like you said, subjects, you're subjects. I'm not knocking you guys. I love you guys. But Americans are not fucking subjects. We're fucking cowboys over here, man. I refuse to pay road tolls, straight up highway robbery. Yeah. I'll tell you, being from Jersey, I'll tell you what about fucking tolls, man. They up them all the time. When they originally built the toll booths, they were supposed to be there for like 20 years and then get taken away. But then they built more because it's Jersey and fucking forget about it. Fuck you, pay me, cocksucker. And then they upped them. And so it's fucked up though. And like the bridge, right? The bridges and tunnels to get into New York, get into Manhattan, they go up all the time. I remember when they were like $9, then they went to 10, then they went to 12, then 15. Now I think it's like $18. You got to pay like $18 to get into the fucking city. It's fucking absurd. And the city looks like a third world country in many places. So where those are going, I don't know. But Tony's probably taking a big cut off of them, if you know what I mean. Yeah, they tax the shit out of you in California. Well, California, guys need to leave that place. California needs to fucking secede and just fucking drop it in the middle of the ocean. Founding fathers would be pissed if we brought them back from the grave. They would flip. They would be like, you guys fucked up. You guys were supposed to have already fought like 2 or 3 more revolutions by now. Like, what the fuck? If the Americans were to lost the War of 1776, they would have Queen Elizabeth as their head of state. Yeah, we'd still be under the British Commonwealth. Much like, you know, Bermuda, Barbados, those island nations, like India once was, would probably be a lot like India, just less curry, right? That's why I disagree with trying to make abortion illegal. Yeah, I don't personally agree with making it illegal either, man. Do what you want. I mean, you could say like, "Oh, that's hurting somebody," but we all have different views about that. It's a highly charged topic, though, so I try to stay away from it. Survivor, I second the sentiment. Um, as an outsider, although an American citizen for 30 years, how close do you think to a real change? I assume you mean how close are we to a conflict that would bring about a real change, or I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm assuming that's what you mean. Yeah, freedom. Exactly. Uh, okay. Um, Here's my thoughts on that. Yes, I think we're very close. I think we're extremely close. But right now, you've got Russia acting the way that they do, or they are. If you guys haven't checked out S2 Underground's briefings and covert cable, would highly recommend that you guys do, because they go into great detail about this, and it would just gave me a lot of insight about what's really going on. And then you got Let's Go Brandon, and he was saying that he expects them to invade. So I think we're heading to World War III, and I think that that's what the powers that be want, because I don't think that they want our nation to fracture. I don't want it to fracture either. But I think that we will come together as a nation over a war with possibly Russia and China. You look at the Bible; it says that the dragon and the bear are part of the beast. So in the end days, so interesting. Um, but it's looking like that. It's looking like we're going to see a world war before a civil war, which might is right. Okay, might is right, and I'm a firm believer in this. Not always fair, but might is right. And the Western powers need to stay in control. The Western powers need to remain dominant because we are the good guys. China is a bad guy. I don't care how fucked up and oppressive Germany and Australia have gotten, and even the United States. We're still nowhere near the level of fucking evil and oppression that is going on in China. They're the bad guys. They're wanting to become the world power. Now, they're not close enough to it. They're fucking, they're very backwards in many ways, and they're not nearly as powerful as they'd like to project. But Russia and China are both angry, and Iran to some extent as well. Persia, Kush, Put, Tabul, all of those nations in the Bible, right? But the Western powers need to remain the dominant forces in the world for the sake of good, because this is going to be another conflict about good versus evil, just like World War II was, the Allies versus the Axis. Russia, I don't think Russia is evil, okay? Here's what gets me about the Russia thing, right? Putin has a lot to lose, a lot. And so I don't fully, I'm not convinced that he's going to invade Ukraine. It's going to be a long, hard road for him if he does. Okay, we're sending, when I say we, NATO is sending man pads over to Ukraine. We're sending ATGMs over to Ukraine, so anti-tank guided missiles and man-portable rocket launchers, and man-portable anti-aircraft weapons. Look, Ukraine's going to put up a hell of a resistance. Okay, it could potentially even become kind of another Afghanistan for it. Putin is one of the smartest men and leaders in the world right now. All right, he's ex-KGB. He's very smart, and the Russians are experts in deception. So I firmly believe that this whole angling thing on Ukraine is a deception. I don't know what he's planning something big, because you wouldn't do this unless you were planning something big. Either he thinks that he can get away with this and that NATO's not powerful enough to stop him, and that he's going to continuously now trying to build the Russian Empire back. But it's going to be very fucking costly for him, not only in Russian military lives, potentially civilian lives as well, because, if you think that Ukrainian resistance fighters won't cross that border and commit acts of terrorism on the Russian civilian population, you're kidding yourself. They will. But also sanctions, right? I mean, how much energy does Russia export to Europe? So he's weighing everything in his mind, and his experts are also, I'm sure, weighing in. But Putin's a very smart man. I just couldn't see him doing this unless he was sure that NATO wasn't powerful enough to sanction him. I think what he might be thinking here is that, yeah, NATO says they're going to sanction us, but there's no way because they depend on us for oil and gas. And obviously, Ukraine's got a nice gas supply. So I think he might be thinking, well, they talk a big game, but when it comes down to it, they're going to still buy energy from us and they won't sanction us because they need us as much as we need them. And what really frightens me is that he's probably in talks with China to work together. We could see a combined attack, a combined assault on Taiwan and Ukraine. So it's really bad. It's really fucking bad. But it gets me, man, because I don't know, man. It's going to be very costly for him, and it could be a very bad move. And I just can't see Putin making such a potentially blunderous mistake. I don't know. I said this, though. As soon as Let's Go Brandon gets in office, fucking everyone and their neighbor's going to be doing shit. So, again, it's proven right. Go figure. I'm pretty concerned about what's going on in Ukraine and the South China Sea. Yeah, and we got more aircraft carriers and military ships in the South China Sea right now than ever before since World War II. So I think that our people are thinking the same thing that I'm thinking, and I don't have any inside information here. Even if I did, I couldn't say, but I don't. I think our military officers are thinking the same thing: is that China could be angling on Taiwan pretty soon. So for those of you guys in the stock market, short Taiwan Semiconductor would be a very good play, I think, coming up here soon. Not that I ever give financial advice. Even if we lost the Revolutionary War, we would have kept trying and won eventually. I think so, man. No, I think so. I think down the line it would have happened. Had you experienced any negative comments or sentiment from anyone due to your American nationality? Not because of my American nationality. Oh, I thought you meant on YouTube. I'm assuming just in general. No, actually, man, in the Middle East a bit. I definitely, there was a couple of instances. I speak fluent Arabic or semi-fluent Arabic, so people are generally pretty welcoming of me, but occasionally I would run into people who definitely wanted to kill me, even though they weren't going to try. They definitely would have liked to see me get shot. But other than that, man, I mean, maybe some in France and stuff, but I'm usually the type of American who's kind of quintessential American. So I think if you're American half-heartedly, they'll be like, fuck you. But if you're American all the way, people respect you for, for being who you really are. If that makes any sense. That's why the left and right need to let go and unite against the external enemies. Boom. I like that, man. And 100%. And I think that we will. I think that, if we really see this kinetic action pop off with Russia and China. Well, here's the thing. There's the left and then there's the far left. And the far left, obviously, is just so out there that, they're going to be anti-America no matter what happens. They need to be dealt with. They need to be dealt with. Leave it at that. But as far as the moderate Democrats and the Republicans, yes, of course, they will come together for the defense of our nation. And I really firmly believe that, look, NATO's going to hopefully stick together if need be, hopefully, right? And you could tell me better, Gordius, because you're from over there. But I think there'll be some wavering back and forth because obviously you've got some of those countries, like some of the NATO countries, some of the European NATO countries are more steadfast than others. Like Germany is going to be up for a fight. France, it's France, right? But they'll probably send the Legion. They'll probably send our friend Sam over there. Some of the other countries, like you got countries on the border of Russia, like the Scandinavian countries. But it sounds to me like they've been wavering a little bit. I don't know. Not up. I'm not as up on the geopolitics as I once was when that was my world. Now, obviously, I do other things. So, anyway, it fascinates me though, man. There are a ton of troops mobilized on the Russian-Ukraine border right now. Yeah, I can't tell the difference between Australia and the old Soviet Union. Yeah, I know, man. It's pretty fucked up. It's pretty fucked up. I think Putin sees the opportunity with JB and a way of gaining ground around the West. I think so, man. I think you're right. Australia has been disarmed a long time ago. Just imagine if everyone still had their boomsticks. Yeah, it would be a different thing. Russia doesn't trust China either. No. I don't think Putin's a very big fan of China, but I think that they will work together if they have to. If they think that they can gain some ground. But Brandon wants war. He is owned by the military-industrial complex. Well, he's also owned by China. He's also owned by Ukraine. He's owned by a lot of different players. So, what if someone is in the middle? Do the left and the right despise them because they can't decide? No. Most of us are in the middle. I'm in the middle. Most real people are in the middle. You've got diehards on both sides. I think if you asked anyone in here, most people are right in the middle. There's some things and policies from the Democrats that we can agree on. There's some things and policies from the Republicans that we can agree on. I would consider myself kind of a libertarian personally, but I think a lot of us in here are on the same page there. The left needs to let go of gun control, and the right needs to let go of abortion. Yeah, you're on point with that. 100%, man. If the left let up on gun control and like a little bit of their communist type shit, and the right let up on the abortion and like the anti-drug type shit, it'd be way different parties. And I think a lot of people it would just be way different. But they both need, if they both need to do it, 100%. DJ says, at Dr. Squirrely, it's not that us independents can't decide. It's that we're more analytical and clear-headed in our choices by topic than the two parties and want our freedoms and to be left alone. Yeah. There's an agency attaches and contractors in Ukraine right now. Oh, yeah. On both sides. On both sides. Yeah. Yeah, the vast majority are in the middle. Libertarian is what's up. All right, guys, I got to go eat again, so I'm going to let it go. It's 2 hours here, so thank you, everybody, very much for stopping by. I always love talking with you guys. Hopefully, next time we go live, Jen will be here. Her little cheery, chippery self will be adding some more entertainment. We can all kind of make fun of her, obviously in a loving way, because she's an easy target sometimes. Whoa, look at these. I look like I got eyes on my neck. Usually I wear them on the back of my head like that because I got eyes in the back of my head, son. And yeah, next time, hopefully Jen will be here and we can do a live stream with her. Until next time, guys, please remember that you are your first and last line of defense. Apocalypse Guardius, DJ, Dr. Squirrely, all of the wolves in here. Guys, everyone who I didn't mention that's a Voyager in the background watching. That's what Jen calls you guys, Voyeurs. Oh my God, shut up, babe. Shut up, babe. I'll see you soon, motherfucker. Yeah, guys. Oh, Ed Lee, of course. Guys, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next. Don't forget, stop by gutterfightingsecrets.com. All right. Check out Warrior Weight Loss. Don't just check it out, buy it. And if you buy it right now in the next week between tonight and the 28th, January 2022, buy Warrior Weight Loss, you're going to get that half-hour Zoom coaching whenever you want it. So, and plus, if you give me your address, I'm going to send you a very special package shipping on me. So take advantage of that, guys. Don't be fucking idiot. Take advantage of that really special deal because it's not going to happen again. All right, guys. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers, mother flowers.